it's Wes.
And Chanda.
And welcome to DinkLife.
We just wanted to do a really quick video, separate and apart from everything else that we have done while we're here, about Hong Kong Disney Resort in general.
Yeah.
A couple tips and tricks about the park and the hotel and things of that nature. And yes, we are wearing these ridiculous headbands that you can only get here.
I got the whole Duffy gang.
You got the whole Duffy gang, and this is Albert from Mystic Manor. And we just loved these, so we had to buy them. So the first thing that we did want to say is that we are staying at the only value resort that is on this property. Now, there are only 3 hotels on this property, so, you know, I think this is value resort. I want to say the other 2 are expensive.
Yeah.
I think. But either way, I don't remember the price, and neither does Wes, so we'll drop it in.
We'll drop it in later.
Definitely drop it in. Having said that, I will say this, which is totally different from the value resorts at home. They take your luggage when you first come up, they take all of it away from you, and they take it directly to your room. There is no tipping here either, so we didn't have to tip the bellhop. We didn't have to, like, you know, tip anybody, so it's really kind of nice. There's a concierge at this hotel as well, which you do not get at value resorts at home. We had to schedule a taxi back to the airport, and he took care of all of that for us.
Yep.
So tomorrow morning, we won't have to worry about that. We're just going to have, there's a taxi going to be here when we need it. So that's fantastic too. The other thing too, which is weird apart from home, is they clean your room here every single day.
Yeah.
We didn't know that, and we, you know, yesterday we left the room and just we came back and everything was completely redone. Today we left the little hanger on the door that the room was occupied, and when we got back, she was actually waiting there for us, and she's like, "I want to clean your room. Can I clean your room?" And we were like, "It doesn't need clean."
Yeah.
So, you know, if you're into that kind of thing, if that's your thing, that's kind of, we don't care. We will reuse the same towels twice. The bedding, we do it at home. You know, so why wouldn't we do it here? So just know that that is totally different here. The other thing that is fantastic about this resort and these parks is the bus system. At home, we will always take a car because we hate getting stuck at the end of the night. One time, I think, when we were at Hollywood Studios a few years ago, and this is no joke, we waited over an hour and a half for a bus at the end of the night when the park closed. Last night, we left the park when it closed, and I mean, it was a mad house.
Yeah, and it was crazy.
It was crazy. Like, I thought I was going to get run over and trampled.
Yeah.
And the bus, we got back on the bus in 15 minutes.
Yep.
Legit. So, it's
very
no
quick.
joke here. It is no joke. So you definitely don't need to worry about the transportation here. It is fantastic. The one thing here that is a little bit different for me, it bothered me a little bit. It didn't bother Wes so much. People are very pushy, and they get right up in your business, and they shove you, and they push you, and they run you over. Now, it didn't happen all the time.
No, but it is their culture, so you can't. You're not going to change anything.
No, and you being rude about it or saying anything isn't going to make a difference.
No.
Just be prepared for it. It bothers me. I mean, I had people literally like on my back with their stuff pushing into my back and, you know, running me over and elbowing me out of the way, and that really gets on my nerves. But
that's just how it is.
Yeah,
you gotta. That's how it is.
It's part
There's
of what it is.
There's nothing you're doing about it.
Having said that, though, the people are not rude.
No.
They're not doing it to be mean or to be rude.
They're just excited and want to get.
It's just how they are.
Yeah, it's just how they are.
They're not like, they don't shove you and be like, you know. It's just like they just want to go.
Yeah, but on the side of that, the staff here is some of the nicest staff we've run into.
They are amazing here. Absolutely amazing. Some of the nicest staff that we have ever come across, apart from Tokyo Disney. I mean, I would say those 2 places have the best cast members that we have come across ever. So if you're on the fence about coming here because it's China and it's a little scary, listen, I admit I was really uncertain about coming here too. And this is Hong Kong, so it's a little different than mainland China, from what we hear. You know, we haven't been there yet. We'll let you know when we go to Shanghai, but we have had no trouble here. It has been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, and a couple other notes. You don't need any cash in the park. You need it only just for the taxi cab ride in and out. No cash other. You don't need cash in the hotel at all.
Right.
I wanted to make one other comment just about the hotel. If you're a coffee fan, the coffee in the room is going to be very disappointing to you. You probably just want to stick with tea, or I don't know if you want to bring your own instant coffee packets. The coffee's not good.
I'm laughing because the coffee maker is funky.
And there was no Starbucks in this hotel, but when you get to the park, there are Starbucks here. So if you're a Starbucks fan, you will find Starbucks.
Correct. And one other thing that I wanted to mention, which I do think I mentioned in our hotel video, but if you don't watch all of them and you're just watching this one, you can pool hop here, which you can't do at home. So they were telling us when we checked in that all the outdoor pools are closed right now because, it's in the 60s and this is when they do their refurb. But there is an indoor pool at one of their hotels, and the gentleman at the desk was like, you can hop over there and use the pool, it's no big deal, which I was like shocked because obviously in Florida you cannot do that.
Yeah.
You cannot pool hop.
Also, this hotel, for being a value resort, I would say it's nicer than all the Florida value resorts.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
I've stayed at moderate resorts at home too, and quite frankly,
this almost seems like a high-end resort compared to the ones at home.
Yes. This is right up there, I would say, with like Port Orleans or Caribbean Beach. It actually might be a little better. They refurbed it a couple years ago, and the inside looks brand new. The rooms look brand new. Everything. The other thing too, everything here is super clean. I mean, there's no trash on tables. There's no trash in the middle of the streets. People don't eat on trash cans here like we do at home. We just don't do it.
Yeah, it's very clean.
And the park is immaculate. Now, to be fair, the park is only 20 years old, but even at that, it is absolutely spotless.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you have any concerns whatsoever about coming here, if that's what's stopping you, don't. Absolutely don't. It's fantastic.
It's an amazing park. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would for sure come back here again.
I mean, we both got very choked up when we left the park today. It was just like, it hit me right in the feels, because it's so great here. And you just don't know. When you go to other parks outside of your home, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. And so I think it helps to have tips and things like that so that before you come and your fears are, allayed a little bit. You don't have to worry about it. This park and the staff and all of these people have been utterly fantastic.
Yeah.
We have had absolutely no issues here, and the grounds of this hotel are also amazing.
Oh, and I wanted to say one other thing. We were worried because when we first looked, we didn't think we could drink the water here. You can drink the water here. No issues with drinking the water.
Yes, that is one other thing. So we have heard mainland, no, absolutely not. Like once we get to Shanghai, we will have to buy bottled water for everything that we do. But it was funny, we sat down in the bar the other night, or when we first got here, and had a drink, and they served us water, and we were both like, can we drink this? Should we drink this? But I was like, obviously they wouldn't serve it to us if we couldn't drink it. So,
and the water tastes good.
It does. In fact, I looked it up, I Googled it, because I was just like, are we gonna die? But it said that this is some of the cleanest water on the planet.
Yeah.
So don't worry about the drinking water in Hong Kong. It's fine. It's actually very tasty. So that was one other thing. I can't think of anything else that's too terribly different. Oh, yes, I can actually. One other thing is we got a lot of little perks and gifts here that you do not get at home. So when we checked in, they gave us like 100 Hong Kong dollars off of 500 Hong Kong dollars at any restaurant on the property. If you eat there, there was like a coupon for 150 Hong Kong dollars off the buffet. And then we got like merch money if you shop at the hotel gift shop. We got a free gift from one of the, they're not big gifts. They're nothing amazing. But it was like a keychain, which you don't get that at home
and a luggage
for free.
Tag,
and a luggage tag. So, it's just nice to have those little things that they thank you for staying on property.
And what was crazy is they keep bringing the coupons back every day they clean your room.
Yeah, they clean your room and they leave you a whole new set of coupons. So if you're like we are and you're prone to buying merch, which also I should mention, they have some fantastic merch.
Yeah, the merch is amazing here.
Yeah.
Way better than Paris. And they have actually great clothing and then just tons of just toys and trinkets.
Yeah, and this stuff.
Yeah.
So the merch here
they have some of the best ears here.
Great. We have spent quite a bit of money on merch, which is fine. But just know that they will give you some little perks here, like things you don't get at home.
Yeah. I was going to say, you probably should say they do have the Premeir access and all that stuff too.
So they don't have Fast Pass, but they have a version of Fast Pass here, and it's called Premeir Access. And the way they do it here, though, is a little bit different. You can buy packages of them. You can't get every ride. Just know that. Like, there's no, like, at home where you can buy the Fast Pass that it gets you on everything that has a Fast Pass or whatever it's called, on Lightning Lane. That's it. My brain's not working. But here you can buy like an 8, package, like 8-ride package, a 6-ride package, a 3-ride package, or you can buy like individual rides. It's a little pricey, but I don't think you need it here at all. Yesterday it was super busy at the park. We thought about it, but we didn't do it, and now we're glad that we didn't do it.
Yeah, we're glad. It was a good savings of money.
But we did pay for early entry today, which you don't get that free here for staying on property. But honestly, it's $25, so it's nothing. And it's 5 rides, and like a lot of stores and some of the restaurants are already open. So it's worth it, $25 extra. Just get those 5 rides done before everybody gets there, because 2 of them are frozen, which, that's huge. That part is worth it. I wouldn't get the Premeir access, but I would get early entry.
Yeah, the early entry is worth it.
Totally worth it. Even just one day. You only need it really one day.
You only need it one day.
But it's worth the extra $25. But man, yeah, you get some really nice perks here that they've started taking away at home. So, the flight here is the worst part.
Yeah.
Right? If you can get here, entry into the park is only like $60. So that's totally worth it.
It's very expensive in the United States.
Yeah, all the little perks you get at the hotel are also totally
I wouldn't
worth
say
it.
the merch was cheap.
No, the merch is definitely not cheap. It's about the same price at home.
Yeah.
I did buy a Spirit jersey today, and it was $67 US dollars. So it's a little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
Just because of the conversion rate, but it's not cheaper. The only place we've really found that is Tokyo.
Mm-hmm.
Which who knows if that's still the same or not. We'll let you know in a few days. But yeah, this is a great place, and if you're Disney heads like we are, it is 100% worth it to try to get here. So just remember that, and as always, whatever you decide to do, just get out there and do it.